Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the stream. This is Connor from Futures Analytica, bringing you guys something super special today. We are going to be trading the L2Azimuth R31 pre-release version, which we'll be releasing on Friday of next week. Not very much going on here in terms of what you're seeing above the hood, but once you actually look on the inside of the software, we have completely revamped the trade logic to be significantly smarter. The micro congruity micro forecasting model is significantly more accurate, especially in markets where volatility is lower. So we've made various improvements to both the counter spoof scanner and the micro congruity filter. So let's dive right into it. We're just going to start by enabling concordant. That's going to enable the strategy in both directions, meaning it can take long and short trades. I hope you guys all had a wonderful holiday season. Sort of took a sabbatical of sorts over the past 4 weeks. Really had to get dialed in on updating the software, working really hard with my team on that. So took kind of a break from trading and live streaming as a whole, but now we're back into the full swing of things. I have some super exciting stuff coming up. We recorded some interviews with some L2Azimuth traders, which we'll be posting over the weekend. I think you guys will find this extremely helpful, and I'm super excited about that. You can see here not very much market movement. We had a good amount back here, but now that we've consolidated into a pretty small range here. But because there's no fundamental force driving the market right now, counter spoof and trespass are perfect here. Looks like we got our first signal here. That was a long order on counter spoof. We ended up not getting filled on it because it was a limit order, but let's see if we can get into the next one. By the way, guys, in this new update, which by the way is available in the patch notes that we sent out via email, there are a couple of really, really important things. We've added automatic risk management and automatic time to trade, trailing drawdown controls, maximum daily gain, maximum daily loss. We have also added, by popular request, looks like we just got our first trade there, ended up winning that one up to $200 on the day now. Super solid start. Let's see if we can continue that momentum. Inside of counter spoof, across all three individual scanners, you actually now have the ability to control limit order offsets and cancellation independently across all three scanners. So this is going to allow for a ton of flexibility regarding how you use the software across different scanners. So what we were seeing was that with counter spoof and trespass, there were some interesting things happening. With a offset on trespass that was higher, it would do far better than an offset that was higher on counter spoof. So now you have the ability to independently control those two things. I'm super excited to see how you guys use that feature. And what I am very excited about is the inclusion of the new API system. So what this does is that it allows you to actually write very custom, either basic or advanced strategies inside of the NinjaScript interface, and you're able to control L2Azimuth with those inputs. So you can actually use, let's say you wanted to have an indicator run, and you could say, oh, well, when the indicator is above this value, I want concordant to be on, or I want it to only engage long, I want to only engage short. You could also have complete control over the counter spoof, dex array, and trespass scanners with that. You also have control over risk management and micro congruity with that API. It's super simple. We'll be including documentation on that as we push out the software, but this will allow for a high degree of automation. We're super excited to see how you guys use that. I'll be doing some fun little custom videos on that where we run through and we use a custom API to do like a couple automated trading sessions, stuff like that. So that's something that's super exciting to me. see here, not much volatility going on, but that's okay. We're still going to just play this out. If you guys are excited about the L2Azimuth R31 update, please leave a like on this live stream. It helps build excitement for me to continue streaming, and it just supports the channel in general. That'd be super nice. There's 167 viewers right now, so it'd be super nice if you guys could leave a like if you're watching. Just got filled into a short trade there. It was a trespass trade. We ended up winning that one pretty quickly, up to $400 now on the day.
Target filled.
Ended up getting filled there again. This time it was a counter spoof trade. Hit our automatic stop chase pretty quickly. Now up to $600. Back-to-back fill there. Just looks like we're riding this short momentum downward. Up to $800 now. Hey, Jose. Thanks so much for the question. You said, good morning. Hope you're well and safe with the stuff going on in Cali. Yeah, absolutely. And unfortunately, I myself am not located anywhere near what was going on, but super tragic what's going on over there. I'm just devastated to hear that. I have a lot of friends who do live up there, and it's been super hard. So I do appreciate the condolences. You asked, was any update made to how the scanner performs related to prop firms? Yeah, absolutely. This should be significantly more effective on prop firms now. We found this to be a pretty big leap forward in terms of the capabilities involved in that. Hey, BT, you said, what if I did not get an update email? So this is not actually the email on an email going over with it. It's not an email with a download link to the update. It was just an email with the change log from the previous version to R31. So with that, you can actually find that on the YouTube community page on our channel. We're able to see that as well. Looks like we got filled here. We're up to a flat $1,000. You can see here, it's nice with six ticks order quantity. We get a nice flat $200 per trade that we win. Not sure how much we get if we lose, but because we haven't lost one yet, we're good. Thanks so much, Matt. Appreciate the support. Doing a lot better now. Really feel like I've grown into myself over the past month, and I'm just super excited for what 2025 holds. Oh yeah, guys, let me just pull up my executions feed here so you guys can see this is indeed on a real account. Not possible to use an overlay or anything to obscure that. So you can see here all of my executions today with their prices, and let's see if we get our time to show. You can see each individual timestamp for each entry and exit. Hope- Hopefully we can take advantage of some of this volatility here soon, get filled in some stuff, but um, you can see here, I'd say the new update is a bit more conservative than the prior one just because
Target
it's a lot
filled.
better at filtering out bad trades. But you can see that our accuracy rate today has been very high. So I'm excited about that. Hey Jonas, I could totally pull up my settings here, but it's not going to be much use for you because this is the R31 update, which is not out yet. This You're not going to get the same entries until that comes out. Also, guys, the R31 update is free for existing users. Once it does come out, though, we are going to be bumping up the price a bit. So if you're interested in getting L2, lock in now. If you guys purchased the quarterly, your price is saved, so you won't be getting an increase on price when that comes out. Hey, Doug, you asked, will this work with a latency of about 42 milliseconds? Yep, absolutely. Hey, Steven, you said you bought my tool on November 5th and it didn't let me use it again in January. Is that how it's supposed to be? That should not be occurring. You should, if you have the lifetime license, you should certainly, even if you have the quarterly, it should actually still be allowing you to use that. So um, let me know. Hey, Jose. Glad to see you've been an early supporter of both L2 and Polarity. Um, You said, how long is it safe to wait after loading L2A onto the chart before arming the scanners? I actually do it within around 30 seconds of doing that, so you shouldn't have any issues with that.
Target filled.
Just got filled there, up to $1,400 now. Almost got stopped out after I did our stop chase, but we pulled through. Hey, Cody, you said, is it possible to look at my past question? Could you submit it again? I don't see anything submitted by you. Hey, Jose. Yeah, absolutely. That's something we're going to be doing. You said, would you or any member of Futures Analytica consider doing a Q&A session with the owners to
Target
fine-tune the
filled.
concepts and understanding software further? Yeah, absolutely. That's something we've planned for January. Hey, Colin. Thank you so much for the welcome back. I will be updating the learning material in support of the update. We're going to have an API release or an actual API documentation form, as well as anything else. The actual usage of the software shouldn't be different, but yeah. Hey, Gary, this comes out on Friday, the 25th. Oh, gotcha. We don't have an update on that yet, Cody. Sorry. Just trying to get this update out. We've been putting all our eggs into improving this, as well as the learning support. We also have hired an all new support team. We're going to have around the clock service. We're finishing up on training them, making sure that
Target
we're
filled.
able to support you guys in the way that you guys deserve. We've grown a lot as a company, and I'd say that we've definitely experienced a lot of growing pains in regards to scaling our support, but we've made significant investment in that, and that's going to be something that we can really be proud of in the future. So I'm excited about that.
Target filled.
There we go. Just got filled again. We haven't lost a trade yet today. Super impressive. I am super excited about that. Hey Gary, yes, with the API, you can selectively arm or disarm in a given direction. Anything you guys are able to do with the software with a mouse, you guys will be able to control with the API. Hey Joe, so sorry about that regarding Sierra Link. I will make sure to get that site back up so you guys can check it out. Hey Jim, your question was, hi Connor, do I need Analytica Chart 4 Plus to run L2A? So the thing is about that, you actually don't need the Analytica Chart 4 Plus to run L2Azimuth, but it actually comes for free with L2Azimuth. So you get it complimentary if you get L2. So yeah. Yeah, Felipe. It's just something that just totally changes based on the culture here at the company. Again, we're not really a trading indicator company. We are a research company first, so that's just a little bit untraditional of us to do. Hey, Oscar. Okay, this is actually a great question. I got a user asking here about OCO errors
Target
and
filled.
potential double entries involving the software. So with this update, we have completely resolved that issue, and we've added a failsafe that if that for some reason still happens, it will flatten the trade anyway. So we've had that override feature enabled now, so we have that fail safe for you guys. I've never personally had that happen even on the past one, but I
Target
do know
filled.
for a fact that you guys have encountered it before. So we were able to replicate it in a test environment multiple times. We found the source of the issue and we have resolved that bug. So that should not be happening anymore with the R31 update. Gary, not sure what you mean by a stub.api, no functionality, just function headers. Can you elaborate on what that means, on what you'd like from me on that? Hey, Ryan, you said, does the new version support market session enable/disable without scripting or coding? Uh, So yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I want to talk about actually the new risk management settings. You don't need to do any coding for this, but you're able to set maximum gain and maximum loss for the day. You're also able to set days of the week to trade. You're also able to set session times. You're able to set trailing drawdown limits. All that stuff that can be just done in the UI. You just type in a number, you click check mark on if you want to use this as a risk management setting, and you're good to go. So you don't need to actually do anything farther than that. Hey, Jose, yeah, Peter is great. And Peter is not leaving the team. He's going to continue. He's actually going to be promoted to head of support. So um, I'm super excited about that. He has been just a wonderful asset. And I hope you guys are, and I will forward those your compliment to him after the stream. So thank you. And, no worries. You said that you've been a pain this last month. Um, I gotta say, this is what we're here for. We're here to support you. Don't ever feel bad about sending us an email. We're happy to help. Gotcha, Gary. Okay, yeah, I can see what I can do on that. I can expedite a release of a pretty simplified template on how to do that. Hey Sal, you asked, am I blocked? You removed that from me. I don't know what that means. You are not blocked. Hey, yeah, absolutely, Joe. We are super excited about this update as well. Just got filled here into a long trade.
Target
There we go.
filled.
Ended up winning that one up to 2,600 on the day now.
Target filled.
Hey Joe, yeah, support can provide a white glove setup with
Target filled.
ended up getting filled there up to 3,000 on the day now.
Target filled.
Super solid right here. Getting some back-to-back fills now. Ended up losing that trade. I think that's our first loss of the day, down to 3,000.
Target filled.
Getting some wins and some losses here. Ping-ponging around $3,000 on the day. Back down to 2,500 now. Hey Jim, so this is with the R31 update, which is not out yet, so it's not really going to do much because a lot of the settings that I'm using are not possible to actually input into the previous update. There's just values in there that don't have a field to input that on. Hey John, this should be okay to trade with. You said you're running between 49 and 52 milliseconds with Apex Trade of 8 located in FLA. Is this okay for L2 Azimuth? This should definitely be okay to trade with. I'd say as long as you're under 100 milliseconds, you should get good results. However, um, there are going to be instances where you're not going to get, let's say if we both place a limit order, yours might not completely fill where mine will probably fill all the way. Hey, Oscar. Yeah, I can share a couple new things about the new version. So, um, let's go into exactly what we improved in terms of the trade logic. The other stuff is cool. That's all quality of life stuff. But
Target
really, what
filled.
matters is the software generating positive alpha. So what we've done to do that is that we've implemented decision tree pathing into our machine learning models, and that is both going to be included in the counter spoof ML as well as the microcongruity ML. So if you guys aren't familiar with how the trade logic works inside of L2Azimuth, is that first of all, a scanner will generate a trade, and then it will double check with microcongruity to see that the two are in agreement. So the microcongruity feature, what it is that it generates a score of the probability of a movement in a certain direction. So let's say you have a 100% likelihood of a long trade, and then we have a 2% likelihood of a short trade or of a short movement. Sorry, I totally messed up the numbers there. I was reading them, but they obviously updated. So those two numbers do not equal 100. The numbers are always going to equal 100. Let's say it's a 70-30 split. That means that if your trade is a long signal, your trade thesis is supported by the micro forecasting model, and if they're in agreement, it will take that trade. So if we're able to improve the accuracy of the microcongruity model as well as our original signals, those two should compound on each other, and that's exactly what we saw. We saw a very large increase in the total alpha generated throughout a session. You can see today we won like 15 trades in a row, and then we lost a couple, and now we're back up to 2,800. But again, guys, we're only trading with a 3-tick take profit, so that's about $200 per trade. We've done pretty well today so far. It's super exciting. It's not something you have to trade any differently. This is really just going to be a background fix to just improve the overall capabilities of the software. It's not something that is really it's not a flashy new feature. It's not going to be something you have to configure. It's just something that's completely in the background that just overall improves it in certain market regimes. Before this, we were seeing that in certain times, the software would do incredibly, you do super well, but sometimes it would just be break even before commissions, which is an overall loss. Now, how do we make sure that's not happening? Well, what you're going to see is that sometimes you just can't save a trade thesis. So what we do is that if we're not confident enough in it, we've just improve the amount of logic involved in tossing that trade thesis. So in times where you can see like right here, we're not getting anything, this is likely going to be an area where before you were getting, break even before commissions. So here you can see that it just is not taking any trades because there's just no confidence that it can 100% really know what's going on in the market. So this is something that's been super super exciting for me. You're not really going to get an increased performance during those areas where it was already doing well, but it's going to eliminate times where what's going on. Why is it trading like this? You can see it's almost like an on-off switch. You'll see a very very smooth equity curve, and then for some reason you'll just see it kind of slowly move down for a while. So what we've done is we've really tried to focus our research efforts into eliminating those times where it's doing that. Hi, Aurora. You asked, I would like to apply for a job with you guys. I've seen a link on your website. I have a PhD in math and would love to know more about the jobs you offer. Do you accept applications for people outside the US? Thank you. Hey, Aurora. Yeah, absolutely. So that's super exciting that you're interested. We'd love to see STEM and STEM degrees in general, and a math degree is excellent. That's an incredible application for your degree. We like to see that a lot more than finance degrees. We don't really hire people with finance or business degrees. We only really hire people inside of STEM. So that's exciting. And the fact that you have a PhD is awesome. I would love to know more about your resume, and what your expectations are to the team. The positions that we're currently offering, we do have an opening for research. So you'll be working under our senior researcher, and you'll be performing quantitative analysis on potential trade ideas. You'll be validating and dismissing trade ideas and algorithmic ideas, and you can be working essentially. You'll have your own team where you'll have a team of programmers which will help you execute on any theses that you have. Of course, if you're going to be spending significant resources, you'll need to run that by me, of course, things like that, just because from a budgetary standpoint, we want to make sure that we're allocating resources in the most effective way. But it's a pretty interesting job. If you think you have what it takes to perform this kind of work here at Futures Analytica, it's what we're all about. We're always looking to push the envelope a little bit further in terms of just creating groundbreaking strategies to generate alpha.
Target
And I
filled.
would love to chat more. I'd love to hear more about your background. I'd love to see if you have any kind of finance background or what you have involved with numbers. Because you're a PhD, if you have a PhD thesis, I'd love to read that as well. But yeah, thank you so much for your interest, Aurora. Hey Gary, at this time we don't have any open software engineering positions. We have a pretty full team on that end. As we continue to expand into the new year, we may potentially require more, but at this time we are pretty capped out on that. We need more quants before we're going to be hiring more programmers. Unfortunately, they ended up losing that trade. However, it was at our automatic stop chase, so it was a very minimal loss. Yeah, absolutely, Cody. We'll be writing templates. We may end up calling it for the day here soon. Not super certain. I think we'll go for another 10 minutes. If we don't get any trades or we're not above 3,500, I think we'll probably call it. But stay on the stream, guys, just so we can see how it goes. You never know when volatility can kick up. Looks like we got a
Target
fill
filled.
there in a short position. Ended up winning that one up to 3,100 now. So we're at $3,800 before commissions. We paid $652 in commissions today, down to $3,097 in total profit. Of course, unfortunately, Apex payouts are not treated the same as the futures 60-40 tax split, where we split long-term gains and short-term gains as different tax treatments. So because it's done as a independent contractor, the $3,000 you get through Apex is going to be worth quite a bit less than the $3,000 you'd be getting through your brokerage. So that is one thing to consider. Apex is super great for starting out, in my opinion, and I'm really only trading it just to give a more relatable picture to you guys for trading the software. I know a lot of you guys are on Apex or Top Step accounts, so I wanted to bring this to you guys to help you guys gain a clearer picture of how the software performs when trading on those accounts. If you guys are curious about what I was talking about with the futures tax treatment, when trading futures, the IRS actually considers 60% of your gains as long-term capital gains, regardless of how long you held the position for. The other 40% are taxed as normal income. This might not seem like that big of a deal, but when you consider that long-term capital gains not only are they treated as a lower tax percentage based on your income, but they don't actually affect your gross income in the eyes of the IRS. So short-term capital gains, they do increase how much you made in their eyes, which can push you into a higher tax bracket for other income sources. So for me, this is especially
Target
advantageous
filled.
because as someone with multiple income sources, futures trading is an extremely effective way to lower my tax burden in relation to other income sources. So it might be a little bit confusing, but really it's pretty awesome that it's like that. Hey Yusuf, just a reminder, this is on the R31 update, so a lot of the settings won't even have inputs for um, the R26 update that you guys are using. Hey Doug, yeah, that is awesome. Unfortunately, I do not qualify for a Roth IRA to trade 100% tax-free. My income is above the federal limit to be allowed to actually open a Roth IRA. So I think that if I had contributions in there before I was over those limits, it would have been fine. But I actually chose instead to use a traditional IRA to just lower my tax burden. So, and unfortunately, there's no advantage to trading inside of that rather than a brokerage account because that, of course, is going to be is pre-tax contribution income. Guys, I think we're going to end up calling it here at $3,297 in net profit after commissions. Super solid day today, guys. I am super excited oh, looks like, wait, hold on. Looks like we got a signal here. We got a sell limit order. Oh, just got filled. Let's see. Kind of, unfortunately, that ended up being a loss, but I'm just going to call it right there. $3,047 on the day. Super solid. I am really excited about that. So, anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. If you are excited about this update, please leave a like on this video, on this live stream. It really does help me out. Helps me see how you guys are feeling, if you guys are feeling excited and whatnot. So it actually is a pretty good mental boost. And guys, we are running a 15% off sale on both L2Azimuth Lifetime and to L2Azimuth Quarterly. Usually we don't do discounts on the quarterly. So that's going to be with code R31 update. So use that at checkout. And if you end up using that, you'll of course be entitled to the lower price that we're currently offering. Once we release this R31 update, we are going to be increasing the price. So get it before we end up releasing it or not. If you want to see more of the capabilities, feel free to wait. We're going to be doing more highlights on that soon. But guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for the warm welcome back. I was a little nervous to see after such a long hiatus. Didn't want to see all my viewers gone. But thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day and have a lovely